Assalamualaikum warahmatuwohi wabarakatuh. Halo sobat muslim dimanapun kalian berada, semoga kita selalu diberikan kesehatan dan rezeki yang melimpah oleh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Di video kali ini kita akan membagikan sebuah video debat Islam dalam acara Speaker Corner bersama Hashim dengan seorang Kristiani. Sebelum kita mulai videonya, mohon dukungan dengan like, komen, dan subscribe agar kami lebih semangat membuat konten-konten Islami. Yang subscribe semoga sehat selalu dan dilimpahkan rezekinya. Amin. Oke, langsung saja kita ke videonya.
It doesn't say that in that.
He alone is immortal. It says those words.
It says no one has seen him.
No one has seen the Father but the Son. So if you read the other verses in the Bible,
once again-
no one has seen the Father but the Son.
So once again, is this passage talking about the Son or the Father?
All the way through the Bible, passages
No, this passage, this
about
passage.
the Father and God.
No, this passage in particular. 1 Timothy 6:16. Is it talking about the Son or the Father?
It's talking about the fact that Jesus is at the side of the Father, unapproachable.
When he says he alone is immortal, whom no man has seen or can see, that particular passage, is it about the Father or the Son?
If it's talking about no man ever having
Don't tell me if. This passage, whom is it talking about?
answering your question,
Okay.
it's talking about the fact that we cannot ever see the Father because only Jesus can see.
So is that passage, once again,
In the immediate light.
once again, is that passage, let's clarify it once and for all. That passage, he alone is immortal, whom no man has seen or can see, is that, please stop interrupting paper boy, that's very rude of you.
He's asked
Okay?
many questions.
You see, no Muslims are interrupting. No Muslims are interrupting. I think it's only fair that if one person speaks to another person. Otherwise it gets, or you can find someone else to speak if you want. I've made this clear many times, okay? What I'm saying is that, it says, he alone is immortal, whom no man has seen. Have people seen Jesus?
Yeah.
So, is that passage about Jesus or the Father?
The passage is about the fact that the Lord Jesus Christ is resurrected and is sat at the right hand of the Father who no man has seen and is in an inapproachable light.
So you're telling me,
Never approached the throne of God the Father.
so you're telling me that Jesus was not seen by anyone.
No, I'm not saying that.
So how can that relate? Wait. Once again, this is the third time I'm asking. Is that passage, he alone is immortal, listen this time, he alone is immortal, whom no man hath seen or can see. Is it about the Son or the Father?
Can you see Jesus right now?
You see, question is a question.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll answer your question
Yeah.
once you answer mine. This passage, is it about the Father or the Son? Please answer
It's about-
sincerely. About
It's
the?
about the Son.
So Jesus had never been seen.
I've said that already. I did answer that.
What is that?
I answered your question. You just
Which is
said
what?
it was about this passage is about God the Son. It says specifically.
So Jesus never died and Jesus was never seen by anyone.
No, that's not true because I've addressed both of your points. I've addressed the fact that
You haven't?
Yes, I have.
How?
Because it says that he's immortal because he's already been through death, and in his when he took on flesh, he died on the cross. He was resurrected. He has gone through mortality into immortality, and that is the promise that we have when we trust in him.
Do you see the contradictions in the terms in the phrase you made? When you said,
I'm answering your question.
can I answer without interrupting? I'll let you speak. Okay? You said he's immortal because he's been through death.
Yes.
The term death means what? He died.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyone who dies is called mortal or immortal?
So he was mortal. He died. He rose again, and he is immortal.
Okay, so in other words, you're telling me that God changed his nature from becoming immortal to mortal, dying by his own creation, and then rising again from death. In other words, you're telling me that God can change his nature, despite the fact that in the Bible, in the book of Malachi, in the chapter 3, verse 6, it clearly says that God doesn't change his nature. So you're telling me he became from immortal to mortal, and then again immortal.
No,
Doesn't make sense
but
at all.
at no point is he not God. Like you're assuming that when he died, he was no longer God and that he changed his nature.
Yes, I am saying as soon as immortal becomes mortal, i.e. he dies.
No,
Let me finish the statement at least.
I know, but like I've answered your question.
No, you haven't,
Yes, I
because you
have.
have contradicted
Just
yourself.
because you don't understand my answer.
Okay, let me know when you
doesn't mean
finish.
I haven't answered.
No, I have understood your answer very well. However, one thing thing you haven't realized is a contradiction in the statement you made. You said he went through death.
Yeah.
The term immortal in the English language,
I understand.
you're doing it again while I'm talking and interrupting.
I know, but you're reinforcing things.
I'm not reinforcing anything. I'm looking at the definition based on the Bible and based on the English language as well. The term immortal means not subject to death, let alone for 3 days and 3 nights, not subject to death even for a microsecond, like the Father. The Father never ever died.
No, he didn't.
Good.
And I didn't.
The Son, according to you, died on the cross for 3 days and 3 nights.
Yeah.
Do you agree? So for 3 days and 3 nights, was he mortal or immortal?
Well, he was obviously mortal.
Thank you.
You cannot die.
Thank you.
You are
Okay.
mortal.
So if he was, let me finish.
When,
Let me
no,
finish.
no, because I've already addressed the answer. I've already given
No, you haven't.
the
You've contradicted
yes,
yourself.
I have. No, I haven't.
You haven't.
No, I haven't.
Where's your husband, by the way? I would like to have a word with him as well. Maybe if he agrees with you. Because the
Well,
thing
he
is...
will, because it's a Christian faith and he's not Christian.
No, not necessarily all Christians agree. Trust me. I've come across many. In fact, if I ask everyone about the definition of Trinity, I get as many answers as the number of people I ask. Because you see, when Jesus... The whole purpose of you being saved is because of the death of Jesus. Am I right?
Yeah, and resurrection.
Yeah, exactly.
Resurrection
So,
of Jesus.
if I ask you this question, does death and resurrection apply to an immortal being? Listen to the question before you answer.
Yeah.
Immortal being means, and correct me if my definition is wrong. Immortal, from what I've seen, yes, and this is the term athanasia in Greek. Okay, it means not subject to death.
Yeah.
Means anytime. Not for a part of the day or night, not for a part of 3 days or night, not even for a microsecond. Like the Father means no death touches him. No death applies to him. Okay? That is the Father, not the Son. The Son, according to you, if you do not believe in the crucifixion, you wouldn't be a Christian. Am I right?
Yeah.
So for you to be a Christian, that is one thing that you really have to believe, and this applies to all the Christians, to the Mormons, to the Jehovah's Witnesses, to the Christian born agains, to the Catholics, the Protestants. Everyone believes in this one doctrine, the doctrine of crucifixion. Yes? I'm glad Paperboy went. Okay. So what I'm saying is here is that Jesus' death is something that you have to believe as a fundamental doctrine.
Yeah, if you
cannot
believe in the death and resurrection of Jesus, you're not
exactly.
Christian.
So the question now, which you have to really understand the question this time and answer is this: does death and resurrection apply to a being who never dies at all, an immortal being?
So it doesn't apply to God the Father because we've already established that.
Yes.
Jesus came, he took on human flesh in order to address our sin, because the only way that we can be forgiven and know true life is the death be defeated. So when Jesus came, he took on mortality, he took on human flesh, he went through death and the grave and took on all of the sin of the world, and he was risen again to life and defeated death and then became immortal.
Okay. So I think the meaning of immortal is lost in this.
It isn't lost.
Look, I let you speak without interrupting.
I know,
Let me.
that's fine, but you're being quite passionate.
No, I'm not patronizing.
I don't
No,
understand
because
what
you don't actually. Because based on what you said he went through death. That itself disqualifies Jesus of any immortality.
So he's mortal, he goes through death, the resurrection makes him immortal.
No, the resurrection makes him mortal.
No, it doesn't, because he defeats death.
Okay, so in other words,
cannot die once he
in other words,
defeats
that
death.
passage I gave you in 1 Timothy, in the 1 Timothy 6. Bro, one second. 1 Timothy 6:16. Yeah, wait. 1 Timothy 6:16 says, "He alone." The term "alone" signifies he is the only one. He is the only one to whom it applies. It shows exclusivity. You see what I mean?
Concentrate on what there's like
Exclusive.
He's not talking from himself. He's not talking from the Quran. He's talking from his view.
Brother, we just